Hello. Welcome in, Mac, Theron, David. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday. It's time to work the to-do list. Oh, right. Game over. We're working on Game Over tonight. That's an important thing that we need. So let's think Game Over. Recovering from traveling. We did some traveling, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. It really takes it out of you. Man. A citation that begins, not your fault, but perfect. All right, so game over. So it's going to be on Dabble, Dead, and no one-ups remaining. Lemons. Rabbit. Watch a rabbit. I actually fell asleep today. I had a wonderful nap. Willow, welcome in. Where's my alerts? Okay, pretend that worked. Willow, thank you for the raid. My raid army didn't happen. Raid army. I don't have a way to... I need to have a command to force that. Should I do that right now instead of being productive? I could just do that, I think. What if I just did that or something? Get a little behind the scenes action with the bot. So the bot was originally designed almost entirely around managing a viewer level queue for Mario Maker. People would come into the stream to watch me play Mario Maker, and they would want their level played, and I needed to keep track of who was here first. So they'd just come in. Everyone had a bot back in the day. Mario Maker had its own meta for streamers that you would have to have a bot that kept track of whose turn it was. And everyone knew, okay, if you're going to have your level played on a stream, you go in, you type !add, then a space, and then the level code, and that puts you in line. It was such a thing. It was such a thing. Lizards. Oh my gosh, lizards. So yeah, what about if we take a quick, let's see here. What are we gonna do this? Raid. I'll pull it on screen in a bit. I need to find where our raid stuff is handled. Notification service. Notification service. Right. I'm remembering that I hate how the raids work. Yes. Ooh, yes. I remember now. Okay. A lot of stuff is just slammed in here. Notification service, register notification. So what we can do, let's pull up an example in the form of the Magic 8 Ball. This is what a single command looks like. We give it a display annotation with usage, optionally with use. Yeah, we use usage. Trigger a dummy raid notification. We're gonna say trigger with pre-records are illegal. It happens sometimes. Bread, Al, bread. It's weird that if I had a nickel for every time I pre-recorded a stream because I was going to be on vacation during my normal time slot. Raid. Username. Raid size, I guess. With pre-programmed, typically it's a program that can do so. Your typical program, think like old style 90s programs. It's a window and there are some buttons. You push the buttons and it will do something. It will change the value of a file somewhere. It will calculate some information and store the result somewhere. You can put information into it and then press a button to store that information or retrieve it. Hey, casual. Bots are basically that, but they have, instead of a window that you type commands into and like press buttons, instead it is using an API service where it can connect to Twitch, and Twitch sends it the commands. But the commands are a little bit different. Instead of, oh, user has pressed this button. Oh, nice. I think I want to keep that one a secret because I'm very excited about that one. I want that one to be kind of a big reveal for the official release of the demo. Got to keep some things a little bit secret from people. So instead of pushing a button, Twitch sends a message like, user A has sent the following text, or user B has just completed event subscription with these values. And then the bot can run things off of that. So basically the entire program is running off of listening for user has typed in message, ! such and such with the following text after it. And then the program can do something with that. Shout out service. See, I guess I don't need the usage business, do I? So we just say dummy raid is the name of the command. And it's going to do this process here with no response. Text. What text comes in? Oh, that's the username. Okay. So... oh, wait. Manual notification? Manual notification. Oh, I know what that one is. Okay. So I need to pass a username in. We can do that with... what is something that Adventure Service takes a username? So what does that look like? Okay, you have the calling user. No, I don't want it to be the calling user. A better example would be Word Game Service. Maybe. No, because that always is... oh, point service, because you can... there's give. There's ! give. Okay, target user, and then an integer. So we'll say target user and int raid size. So we're going to take target user.displayName and also pass in raid size. And then that's it. That's the whole command, dummy raid. So now we have to patch that into our command service here. We're going to make this a broadcaster permission only. Let's see here. We're going to call this ! raid. Don't need these. Don't need these. Need this. Notification service. Boom. That should do it. Word game service. That's the mini game. That's just the mini game. All right. Build. Rebuild solution. Done. Launch bot. Go. We're going to find out. Let's see if this worked. Yeah! Oh. But it only shows your name and not the whole thing it's normally supposed to do. Well, how does it normally do it then? When it's when there's a raid? How does a raid normally work? That's dummy raid. Oh, so it's normally blank is raiding with blank viewers. Okay. Alright, do that. Text. Close bot. Rebuild one more time. Done. Pull. You want to see what a really big raid would look like? Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at this. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Uh-oh. I love 100 of something. Why didn't that work? There it goes. There we go. There we go. Oh, I forgot the space. Ah, whatever. It's just for the raid with over 100 people. I think I've done it before. Once. Because I had received a raid of hundreds of people. Which, let me tell you, that's a lot of people. Biggest raid I ever got was close to 1,000 people, and it was from Carl. Because of course it would be from Carl. Because I happened to be playing Mario Maker 2 at the time. And that's his shtick. That's his niche. Holy cows. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. When Dabble dies and there are no 1-ups remaining, we want to screen transition to special game over scene. Pass encounter details for later retry option that we're probably not doing yet. Video game. Germ Dove niche. Spoilers. When Dabble loses all his health, he dies. I understand that reference. Germ Dove loves Mario Maker. Gosh, he just loves it so much. So much all the time. Oh, I need to turn this down. I had this turned up a little bit. The man can't get enough Mario Maker. I had a dumb idea that I should start paying close attention to the levels that Germ Dove really hates when he's playing endless mode. I'm just getting some ideas for later. Okay. On that screen, we're gonna have a menu. And I am realizing we need to update our base menu code. I love JK Ultra. It's my favorite hack. Our base menu is great. It works for a lot of things, but wouldn't it be great if there was a special case index of -1 to indicate nothing is selected? Basically, what I want to avoid is mashing A. The do nothing level that didn't work. Those are the best. So when you level up, I do not default to the first option, unlike other menus. Lots of menus in this game, as soon as they appear, you're already on the first option. And if you just mash A, you're just going to choose the first option. But there's some menus that I definitely want the player to think about before they hit a button. And so for those, they have sort of a null state when they load. I would love to have that as an option. For our base menu. We will do that. I'm going to have that as something we're going to set up. Menu defaults to null selection, which isn't an option yet, but it will be. And then what? Options are retry fight, directional input. Specifically, one of the directional inputs that the menu accepts. Like if it's a horizontal menu, then you have to do a horizontal input before it will allow you to select an item. The little man. The little man. Retry fight, reload, last save. And I don't know, guys. Do we want a main menu? I don't know if main menu is useful at all. The one who dances, that's Dabble. That's the other Dabble. Did you know there are 2 characters named Dabble? It's very confusing. That's Dabble. Okay, so there's Dabble, and then there's D4BB13. Otherwise known as Dabble. Oh yeah, there's also Battle, who we don't have an emote of. And then there is Hovercat. There's just a whole universe. The Dabbleverse, the extended Dabbleverse. Is it useful? Okay, let's say you're grinding a fight and you just can't get it, and you're like, all right, I give up. Do you need a button to say, take me back to the main menu? If you are just done with the game, what are you going to do on the main menu? Go to a new file? Probably not. I don't see the advantage of a quit button here. If you're playing this on a console, you're just going to shut it off. If you're playing this on PC, you can just hit the X. No, you know what? Actually, I think for Steam controller verification seal of approval, you have to be able to quit the game from controller as well. And for that, you would want to go back to the main menu and then choose quit. Quit kind of makes sense to be here for that purpose, but it's a niche use case, and it would be weird if you had to. It's like, all right, the way to quit is you have to go into a fight and lose. It's like, well, more realistically, there'll be an option in the pause menu to return to main menu or quit. But at the end of a fight, we'll probably just limit it to return to main menu. Okay. Those will be the options. That's it. That's the ask right here. These pieces. Screen changes to special game over scene. Hover dog? No, there is no hover dog. Unless if you take the H and you replace it with R. Coincidence? Coincidence? All right, hang on. I need to listen to Casual's song, but I'm not going to let you guys listen to it. I'm gonna turn off desktop audio in the capture, and I alone will get to hear this. I feel like, where's the banjo? Where's the banjo? I specifically wanted banjo. I mean, there it is. It comes in after a few measures. There might... This is good. This is difficult. Because, like, in my mind, I know what I want. And this is good independently. The banjo arrives when it's supposed to. Dang it, it's a really good song. I feel like I'm going to end up asking for some kind of changes, though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. Game over. Oh, are we gonna do... Okay. Are we gonna do, like, a little spotlight on a passed out Davil? Like, he's down on the ground, and there's a dark room with a spotlight on him. Because in that case, we need to make... It's got to be a 3D scene. Game over scene. So we need a static body for the floor. Give it a box. Make it a box. Offset the box, please. Okay. Go crazy with the size of the box. Does not matter how big the box is. Why is it that big, though? I guess it does matter how big the box is. Okay, but that's the ground. Give it some planks. Give it some wood planks. Triplanar. Great. Love it. Give it a collision shape. I guess it doesn't actually need a collision shape, but maybe it does. Who knows? Okay, cool. And then make this 10 by 10. Also, well, I guess 20 by 20. The other one was like a radius thing going on. It's very weird. Very silly of it. There we go. Now that's a solid object. Then we need a player. Except it's not a real player. It's a fake one. A false player is dummy. Reset animation down. We're gonna put this in menus. Game over scene. Sure. If I just play this, will a new Dabble spawn? Oh, geez. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Is it because of... Why did that happen? Okay, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Creepypasta. Okay, we need lighting. Let's do a spotlight. An actual spotlight. Tight cone. Reload. Not good enough. Because I'm thinking like, oh, you retry and he like does a little hop up and he's back, and then it transitions to whatever, whether back to the battle or anything else. All right, how do we enhance this? We give the light more energy and more volumetric fog. No, more. What else? Shadow enabled. That shouldn't matter actually. I want to see the light. I want it to be volumetric in some way. Oh, I guess that means we need fog. We need a world environment. New. Sky, I get. Volumetric fog enabled. Sky. Do we enable sky? Let's reload. Ooh, okay. What's going on with this blinking now? That's weird. Glow enabled? Is that what we need? I don't know what things we need to change here. Volumetric fog, emission energy. I don't know what any of these dials do. Density. Ooh. Okay. That seems wrong. Background. Custom color. Dark. Ooh. Okay, that did actually help with that. Well, that's a scene right there. The fog does not seem to be doing what I would like for it to do. Like, you know what I want to see here is like the actual, I want some speculars or whatever. What do I need here? Ambient light. Not quite. Not quite. This is the game over scene. Let's see here. SSR, what does that do? Turn it on, see what happens. A lot of new dials appeared, but everything looks like identical. SSAO, same. SSIL, same. This will probably make lots of sense for some things. Glow. Levels. Level 1 glow. Level 2 glow. No, nothing is normalized glow. High intensity glow. What am I supposed to see here? Anything? Refresh. See if anything changes. Nope. Here we are. Fog. Fog does not seem to help. One bit. Where is that cat? That's the fog density. Height doesn't seem to matter. No. Okay, so fog, no. Volumetric, maybe this. Maybe this. Ooh, nope, maybe not. That doesn't seem good. GI, and there's a bunch of things. I don't know what they do. Everything's going dark. Darker still. Ambient inject, I don't know what that is. Sky effect, no. Temporal reprojection. Yeah, no. Okay, apparently not. Okay, I don't think volumetric fog is doing us any favors. Adjustments. No. No, that's creepypasta. That's a creepypasta slider. Yeah, we don't want the creepypasta slider. Let's see. Let me see if my specific use case here. A visible light beam. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. How do I get a visible light beam? Oh, the new fog volume node. I've never even heard of that. Fog volume. There is in fact a fog volume node. Okay. What does it do, I wonder? Let's reload and find out. Man. Wait, they got a thing for everything. Alright, so what is this fog volume? How does fog volume work? Godot, fog volume. Volumetric fog and fog volumes. Okay. Can be used at the same time as non-volumetric fog. Great. After enabling volumetric fog. Okay. Wait, what is this? So I need to enable it in the... Oh, wait, what does this say? Fog volumes need volumetric fog to be enabled in the scene's environment. Great. On. Okay. It got a little bit weird in here. Okay, and what else? What else do you need? Fog volumes need volumetric fog to be enabled in the scene's environment. Well, I think I did do that. I think I did. It looks like it's enabled. Okay, now it's enabled. Okay, what next? Sparks coming out of him. That could be a fun little effect if we get to that point. Okay, but how does the fog volume work? Fog volume. Using fog volumes for local fog. Set to 0. Density. Okay. Create a fog volume node. Done. In the fog material. Ah. Okay, fog has a material that we can mess with. Oh, yep, I see that. Cool. Configure the fog volume's extents and shape as needed. Great. Sure. Still can't see thing. Still can't see the thing that they said that I would be able to do here. maybe this GitHub page that they linked in the Godot forums. Oh, here we go. Increase the length property. Oh wait, let's see. Use a fog volume node in the 4.0 version. It is expensive to render. We're doing one thing. Okay. Oh, well, that would be great. Ah, yes, here we go. Conical. Okay, so I can see it here in the editor. The bleed charm. Bleed. Why can I see it here? I don't know. Do we need more ambient light? I can't see this at all. Oh, wait, what? That doesn't look right. Oh, geez, okay. So maybe I was onto something here. Why does it look that way? That looks really bad. Density texture? Is that what I need here? Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Hang on. All right, we're learning about a brand new thing here. Godot fog volume flicker. Thin volumes may appear to flicker when the camera moves or rotates. It's not very thin, I didn't think. That does not look good at all. I mean, I guess we could do a mesh. Billboard quad mesh. Yeah, maybe a mesh is the way to do it. Like with back culling inverted. Okay, let's drop this fog volume business. Spotlight is fine, but okay, so we're gonna add a mesh instance. Mesh instance 3D, make it a cylinder. We're gonna reload so that it actually is visible in the live scene here. There it is. There's our light. Beautiful. Hark. I want to reset the transforms here of player and lighting. Change our Z value. Yeah, so that we can just pull this whole thing at once. That's much better. Okay, mesh. Mesh instance. We're going to say no caps. No caps. And then for our material, we want a new standard material with transparency enabled. Culling is front culling, so that we only see the back half of the cylinder. And then the albedo is, I guess, just low alpha. And then the shading is unshaded. I think. Snorlax, Snorlax. That doesn't look great. We're getting somewhere, but we're not there yet. Maybe we should give it a texture. Because we do have a gradient we could use. A white gradient, in fact. It's close to what we want. Something like that. So we would go up. Okay. And then we would take the top radius and reduce it to 0. Look at that. Maybe we even invert the UV scaling here. Or something. It's just like a little bit off is all. I think I want this negative. Maybe. Or maybe I just want this one. Or this one. This one. This one. Where do I want it? Where do I want it to be? Where do I want it to be? Let's make it tall. And then let's see about, yeah, maybe this doesn't flip. Well, see, this means, yeah, hang on. So that's vaguely right. Okay, so I want it dark at the top. Okay. I want it like right about there. And then I need to increase the spotlight positioning. Where is this? This is at 3 meters. And then what is this? Where is this located? Spot. Here we go. The angle. Oh, it's an angle. Well, that's a little bit harder to deal with then. We'll figure it out. We'll eyeball it. See, that looks pretty ugly. We don't need it to be perfect, but I guess we do need it to be better than that. We're gonna mess with the material more. The Y scale, I guess I want it to be kind of opposite after all, with the low opacity towards the bottom. Kind of like that. And also we can take this whole thing and further reduce the albedo a bit. Yeah, like that. Yes, we're gonna do that as well. That is going to be with the ordering, which is under here. We can set up a negative. Yeah, now everything kind of draws in front of the light. That's better. That's pretty close, actually, to the effect we want. Speedrunners got out of bounds and wound up in the dead room. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I think it'll be off. I think it'll be off screen. I think the camera is going to be like just this area. Speaking of, we're going to pull the... We're going to make this mesh. No, this mesh. Yeah. Bigger. Oh wait, curtain. We have a curtain. We have a curtain texture we can use. We want a plane. Give me the plane. Give me the plane. Quad mesh. That'll work. Apply the curtain texture to it. Save. Reload so we can actually see it. There's the curtain. Beautiful, isn't it? That's pretty ugly. Oh, that's awful. That's an awful, Dabble. Our protagonist, Dabble Robot, is dead. Oh yeah, I can see that, the comeback. That was a good ability. This spotlight, I guess it's just low energy. Or something. No, that's not. Oh, it's the mesh. It's the mesh is gray. And I don't love that. I don't love how gray it is. If we bump the opacity up a lot, what do we get? No. Maybe like halfway. It just looks very gray here. I don't know about that. It did have a spotlight. Maybe if we just have another light, a world environment light going on in here. Ambient light is gray. That's probably what the issue is. But low energy. I think this, it's catching the spotlight, which is good. Yeah, I think, yeah, I want the actual, how did we do this in Lily's pad? I made a model for the curtain, didn't I? I made a wiggly model. So we can just pull up Blender and grab that independently, I think. Or maybe I can find that in Scene E. Let's pull up Scene E. This curtain over here, which is only visible on one side. Stage. No? Yeah, it is part of stage. Right here. Oh, it's its own scene. Ah, here we go. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna rip this in here. Perfect. Get out of here. All right, reset that. That wobbliness is gonna, that's significantly better. A little bit crispy, I gotta say, a little bit crispy. But it'll work. It'll work. And we'll just have the camera pulled in nice and tight. The camera is, that'll probably be as close as we want to get on the camera. So we need to have a dedicated camera. All right, pull it in, get it nice and close there to the dead body. Keeping in mind that we also need to have a menu appearing here as well. Yeah, actually, this is not gonna work. Let's instead duplicate this. And that gives us a little bit more wiggle room on the camera. Let's actually go lower, but with a higher angle. Really low and black out the bottom, maybe? Is that too weird? To have the different options visible. All right, let's go with this for now. Okay. So we have our game over scene. It needs a menu on here. How do we do a menu with this? Crap Palace. Go west. What's a good menu? I would like the dialogue box menu, but I don't know if that works great for this. We may just roll our own. Node 2D menu. Hi, what are you doing here? You are not supposed to exist in this form. There we go. Menu. Like the only palace, and it's the only palace you need. Okay, we're gonna have a base menu attached. No, wait, it's actually gonna be a different menu. It's gonna be its own special menu that inherits base menu. So we search for base menu for some examples of things that build off of base menu. Such as settings menu, main menu, file menu, combat. We're not doing a combat menu. Those have those nice, neat little bubbles with icons. Oh yeah, you did. That was a big level. File menu. How does this one look? Get selected and then target scale. That perfect, honestly. Yeah, and then lerp. Let's do that. Let's basically rip off this. So menu, game over. Create a new script for game over menu. Inputs are going to be up and down only. There will be 3 items available in the menu. Options will be text. Oh yeah, you basically made it a top down. It was a very clever system. Attach that here, and let's start adding some things. Let's make them just regular old labels using our special hand-drawn artisanal font. You don't get fonts like these hand-drawn. Why is it the way it is? Can we change that to a rich text label? But still with the font. Still with the font. I still want the font. Do. Now how do we center this? Oh wait, isn't there a line equals center? Is it something like that for BB code? Maybe not. Godot center text. Oh, it's just center. Okay, that centers it within that. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, so right now it's going 250 that way, and so we'll also go 250 that way. That was not 250. That looks like about 250. We go 500. Perfect. There's our option. It looks so good. Gosh, it looks good. Tiny Huge Island was a cool level. What a fun concept. I really liked the natural perspective trick in the castle for that. It's like there was no code magic or special magic shaders going on. It was just like, no, that's just how perspective works in 3D. And we're making a 3D game, so we're gonna do 3D things. It's great. It's very cool. First-party Nintendo games do a really good job of here's the same area in two completely different contexts that make it vastly different. And I feel like every first-party Nintendo game has done that to some degree. Well, not game, but every series, every IP has done that. Mario loves to play with that. Zelda games, gosh, that was like a staple for a while. They're not doing it anymore because we're not doing single solution puzzles anymore, I guess. Zelda's different now. Man. I mean, well, admittedly, modern Zelda is cool. But you gotta admit, you know what? Sometimes this will not be available. After Super Mario 64 2. Honestly, you know what? If they did just a retro sequel, that would... All right, let's be fair. Anything they slap first-party IPs on is going to sell like hotcakes. It's like, oh, we only sold a few million copies of this. So I know that to some degree, you know, they just know not to oversaturate. It's like they've got tons of stuff they could do that would succeed, but from a business standpoint, they know that if they overdo some things, they start to cannibalize their own sales. And so I'm sure they're walking a very fine line. Like, this is how long we go between Mario games. This is how long we go between Zelda games. Let's bring up our notes. Retry the battle, reload last save, and then return to main menu. Let's just call it option 1, option 2, option 3. How far down is it gonna be? Let's go 60. Mario Maker 1, 2. You've cracked the code. Reload last save, or main menu. Nintillion dollar idea. All right. This is super straightforward. What we're going to do on this is we're going to do a process. We haven't done the whole, there's a non-selectable version of, like, you have not yet selected an option. We'll do that in a second. If is selected, target scale we'll make it slightly bigger. We're gonna lerp towards the target scale of each option. And also we're gonna do, I think we can do a modulate. Yeah, we can do a modulate. Target opacity, rather. Equals 1.0 if is selected, else 0.6, obviously. And then we're gonna lerp the color. So target color, how do we do this? How can we copy value? Wait, no, how do we actually set this as a value? It's like color dot from string. No, how does this work? Okay, you can't include alpha. Okay, well then let's just do hue doesn't matter, saturation doesn't matter, value 1.0 for white. Alpha is the target opacity. And then option dot modulate equals lerp from the current modulation to our target color with a weight of 0.1. I think that'll do it. This may already at least vaguely work. I don't know where the menu is going to draw here. Ooh, option scale cannot convert. Oh, yep, you're right. Sorry. So we'll get our 2D objects to taste. All right, so far so good. We're gonna move these down and to the right. And then nope. Okay. Oh, but the transform. Don't love that. Okay, we'll fix that. Dang. Okay, that's fine. That's easily fixed. She just passes out on the battlefield until she gets revived or swapped out with a different partner. Okay, so we need to add a node 2D here. Node 2D. And then we swap which one's the parent. see. I see the issue here. Okay, this is actually fine. Trust me. Zero. And negative 250. Will that work? And then if I do the transform on the scale here, yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, that's fine. Well, let's just do it this way in that case. Take this one down by 70, and this one down by 140, and there we go. That should fix that issue. Right, get out, get off, get off, get out. It's close. I think right now it's hard to tell which one's actually selected. So rather than just add a big obnoxious spinning triangle next to each one, instead, let's start with further reduce the opacity of the unselected options. Further. That's pretty good. And also, selected scale is going to pulse. All right, this is gonna be really dumb at first. Give it a second. Okay, yeah, we just need to work on the specifics. The specific numbers. What are the specific numbers gonna be? So first of all, we're going on, I'm using a sine little trig here, so instead of scaling it up or down by 1 to negative 1 over our 1.2 target, that's too far. So let's divide that by 5. Maybe by 8. And then let's also speed, well, maybe even more than that. Maybe like, let's go for 10. And let's speed up the pulsing. That's much better. The pulse is still a little bit too big. So let's make it a little bit more subtle. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. When you select main menu, we're gonna shut out the light and everything's gonna go dark. And it's gonna be sad. It's not actually gonna be sad, it's gonna be fine. So let's see. We need our on select. Where do we set that up? Oh, actually, we don't, do we? Something else has to listen to it. I think. That's not to say that the code... This itself could listen to itself, I think. Right now, so the way that works is title scene has the main menu, and yeah, it does selection mode connect, selection made connect. So what we do is when we start up, we would connect to this. And we'll do an on option select. Selected index. No, we can't use selected. Yeah, we can. That's fine. So we just do this, I think. Day, hello. Day, we finally hit game over. There we go. All right, some things to change on here. Title. Title is a special scene. Because... Here we go. It means, number one, you can't pause. So game over scene is also going to be a special scene where you cannot pause. And there's something else about it, which is in the scene manager, special scenes do not allow creating player objects. Dead robot? Just a dead battery, probably, is fine. Here we go. And current scene name. So is it scene name, title scene? It is. Game over. Let's rename this. Game over scene. Okay. So this, I think, should prevent Dabble from spawning. Just a little... what do we need here? We need the UI to not show up. He's been lilled. He's just a little guy. Stats panel. Stats panel. Where do we show it? At the end of a cinematic, we'll show it. Oh. The default should be hidden, it looks like. Right? No, default is not... Okay, huh. Show me. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is shown. It is being shown a lot. Why? Why is it being shown? Oh, because of this. This is happening over and over and over and over again forever. Oh, that's fun. Typing is going to be a challenge tonight. So it would seem. Wrap this in some kind of function. Let's capture is in special scene. Var scene name equals that. If title scene or game over scene has the scene name, return true. Otherwise return false. Okay. All right. If you're not in a cinematic and you're not in a special scene, then you can show the stats panel. Now we should have no stats visible, hopefully. They're still here. Why, though? How are we hitting this? We are in a special scene. We're literally in a special scene. All right, print scene name. Maybe scene name is different from what I think it is. Scene name is true. Who's printing true? And who's printing test right now? Oh wait, that's still printing test. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, there's an amper. There's an yeah. Haha. Okay. If that, then we don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Now we should have no stats on the game over scene. We'll see what we need to do about that. It's dumb. We can force them into that state a little bit easier than that, I think. So on startup of the menu. Oh, no, not on startup of the menu. Hang on. Do it on ready. Oh, okay. Wait, does base menu not have a ready? Oh, it doesn't. That's unexpected, but okay. Well, in that case, take our player's animation player and play down. I think that'll lock us in quicker. Yeah, immediately. Okay, the next thing I want is, we talked about this, I want a system that makes it easier to say that the initial state is nothing is selected in the base menu. So we're gonna have that as initial state null. Initial state null. Can the is the first option pre-selected? Okay. If initial state null, then current select index starts at -1. Very weird. That means that we need to, on startup, Imp is here. How was the rando? Was it a ped seed? Well, it's always a ped seed. We're working on a game over scene tonight. It's a very sad scene. Oh, nice. That's not a bad time, honestly. Ped pulled. As the goddess intended. We're making a tweak to our base menu code to allow menus to default to having nothing selected. so that you have to press up or down before you can choose something. Basically to prevent just mashing A in very important menus. I did an ad hoc way of doing this for the level up choice, where you get to choose what your benefit is on level up. Because I was like, well, I can't let them just like mash A and miss the options. But now that I need it a second time, I'm like, we need to bake this into the base code for menus. This can't just be a as needed. I need this to be reusable now. And that's fine. All right. Current select index -1. If you select that and that, yep, then it will wrap around. Good. When you press select index, I need if current select index is less than 0, then just fall out completely. Just don't do anything. And that should be it. That should be all I need for that. Let's see if that does it. Nope, it still jumped to option 0 for some reason. Why did it jump to option 0? Who did that? Who did that? Initial state null. Get rid of that. Oh, that's got to happen after startup, I guess. Okay, just reverse the order of those pieces. Yeah, and we initialize to everything is false, and then we can choose an option. Just a nice little subtle pulsing. It's a very sad-looking scene here with this dead robot. I need the dead robot to scoot forward a bit to be kind of more obviously centered. Okay. Sad dead robot. So what we're gonna do is we are going to start working on what the options do. I kind of want to add some kind of confirmation for if you are choosing to go to the main menu. But maybe just a quick disclaimer. Progress will be lost or something would be fine. And make it kind of just small little progress will not be saved, by the way. Don't be mad. Saves your retry data. That would be a really nice quality of life. We definitely won't be able to do it now, but at some point, that would be really cool. This needs to be smaller than that. Yeah, that would be a really cool feature. There we go. That's good right there. It's like it'd be nice to have a little confirmation dialogue pop up, but I can't do that right now. We are on a schedule. He's just sleeping. Yeah. So I want, if you choose main menu, we're gonna shut off the spotlight. And then, let's see, what happens if I shut off the spotlight? Like, he's still gonna be, the characters in this game, the actors, they're non-shaded. So if I shut off the spotlight, yeah, there's still light in the room. Like, it could be pitch black and the characters would still be visible. Curtain closing, that might be a good way to do it. If we are going to do it that way, then this mesh and this spotlight here, both, we need to do, like, give it a nice forward angle. Ooh, that's ugly. Never mind. Forget I said that. This gray is getting to me. Like, I know why I did it this way, but jeez. What if I just bent the spotlight? Could I get this to line up just right? All right. So this right here, what is this? That's the ground. Add child node, node 3D, curtain, put all these three under it. Duplicate curtain, so we can try again. Radial, that could be good. Okay, so what we're gonna try and do here. See, I think I do want more light on this back curtain somehow. So what would this look like if we did this? See, that's what I don't like. So, supposing... Well, you know what we could do for the light is make this mesh even taller. Make the mesh even taller. Of course. Height 8. Okay, so that might hold together. That illusion may yet hold. No, I think it needs to be even taller. 20? Or do I need it to be even shorter? Is that the gag here? No. So what I'm wanting is I want it to come from the front like this, but also... But see, now it looks too bad. I'm not getting the nice angle that I want. Okay, that's got a bit of the slope. Maybe that's the key right there. And now this can kind of match the same general shape. We'll kind of just, oops. Try and match that. Okay, so now with the second curtain, what if I tilt the curtain and kind of cheat a little bit in hiding Dabble? So it'll be like that. Cheat. Maybe I cheat. Elongate the mesh. No, he's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. He's fine. He's fine. Okay, so we need an animation. Animation player. Curtain call. Curtain 2 position. It's gonna drag down. Just like that. It's tilted to get a better like circular pattern on that. Don't worry about it. Cubic. Fine. It is. I don't... Yeah. Thing is, you're only going to see the front of it, which is a lot... Oh, yeah, that doesn't... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a very weird angle for it. How badly do I want the fake cone? Like, now that I have the backdrop, maybe the fake cone isn't a big deal anymore. That's not bad, really. Because I could go even wider on the spotlight. Actually, with the long plank texture, that I feel like that's better. Let's stick with that, with the true lighting. And then we can still do our curtain call. And actually that probably means we don't have to do the illusion anymore. Wait, where's our curtain? Where's my curtain? Okay, so now this probably does not actually have to be tilted. But it does mean that this needs to be further down at the end. Okay, that's good. That's good. Progress. Okay, on option select. If selected index equals 2, which is the back to main menu, then we're going to do our curtain call animation. Why are we calling it curtain call? Why are we being cutesy with it? Doesn't matter. It is set up to not allow multiple... we're going to slow that down, definitely. We are getting rid of this mesh. Animation player. Yeah, let's slow that down quite a bit. I kind of want to, I don't know, make it slow down at the end or something. Yeah, that looks better, I think. Yeah, perfect. Right like that. And then after that, we're gonna do the sound effect. Spotlight MP3. Throw that in. And then single sound code. There's a glitch in this version of Godot where you can't call an audio file for some reason. You can't just play an audio file. You instead have to do a function call. So we're going to call that at 3 seconds, I guess. Just play the sound at 3 seconds and also turn off the spotlight. Just turn it off. Or should I just say everything goes invisible? Just entire scene invisible. So there's not even any light to worry about. It's just everything goes blank. Right at 3 seconds. Okay, so let's do it. Choose main menu. And then it will fade back into the main menu. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I kind of like that. Okay. Dabble jumps at the screen with realistic blood. Okay, so then return to main menu. We're gonna do another function. We're gonna use our menu and call return to main menu right here. Yeah, because we can do that in the animation player. For better or for worse. Okay, how do we return to the main menu? How do we return to the main menu? Never had to return to the main menu. Let's see here. I guess that would be... All right, how does the title scene work? When you load a file. Load into game. Load into game. Does load game for slot. Okay. Which does the stuff. Load correct scene. Okay, it's fade to room from save with the scene manager. So we're gonna use our scene manager. It does, but we're doing some funky stuff to manage a few things that a lot of games probably wouldn't need as much as we do. Basically, Godot provides a lot of things that it's like if you're doing the 90% use case, like, yeah, this is good enough. But for the things specific to your game, you usually have some special considerations. So because with this being an RPG where we are constantly moving from one room to another, and also sometimes moving from one room and then temporarily moving to a battle but not getting rid of the room, we kind of have to put the room in our pocket for a bit, do the battle, and then at the end of the battle, pull the room back out as though nothing had happened. You need to be in the exact same spot. The entire state of that room needs to be untouched, as though you have not left the room. And that's the part that's like, okay, I need something to manage this, so I'm gonna do it a little bit weird. I guess we could just do not fade to room. So lights are already out. So it's transition, fade out, callback? No. Fade to new room. New room fade is play the fade animation and set up a callback that says, hey, you're entering this room. So instead, all right, and what does this transition do? It says you're coming into this room key. Here we go. Grab the scene name. Remove the entire current scene, whatever that happens to be. Load a copy of the new scene and instantiate it. I think we can just do a hard replace here. Scene tree, change scene to file. That might be all we need. And then we just put in our title scene path, and that's it. Oh, cannot call non-static function on the scene tree directly. Oh, okay. Change scene to file. Let's see an example here. Do, 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 oh wait, do I just call this? Is that good enough? No. Looking for an example. Changes the running scene to the one at the given path after loading it into a packed scene and creating a new instance. Give me an example. Give me an example here. Oh, get tree dot. Not scene tree dot. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if this actually works. This might be enough. The Godot logo was in Lingo 2. Hello? It was on the ceiling. Gosh, Godot games love sticking the Godot logo in. What was the one? One of those. It was one of those like, oh, here's your 90s nostalgia computer horror. The little crooked smile was referenced a bunch. Makes sense. This is not a good block of example code. I have too many tabs. Okay. What actually happens is main is replaced by scene 2. I guess I could do... I actually don't know. Like, I know how to load a scene and add it to the tree, but I thought there was just a quick little change scene. So first off, let's make sure this is being called. so that spotlight sound is a little bit loud. It's a little bit verging on jump scare volume. It's not being called. What? Why not? Why isn't it being called? Is it outside of the... It might be outside of the duration of the thing. That could be it. And then we go back to the main menu, right? Right? We're still here. There will. I want it to be basically the title theme, like, you know, bum, 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 ba-da-da. I don't know, something. It did. It really did, didn't it? What happened? Why is it not calling this in the animation? Animation player. Menu.return to main menu is being called. No arguments needed. That's really weird that that's not happening. I guess I could do I could just do an await and do that thing. This the good old-fashioned cheat method here. Wait 4 seconds and then just do this. And then take this out completely. That's really weird. Good everything music. Gosh, Earthbound was a good game. Do 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 do. Hello? Not you too. All right, let's just add some print methods here. Where are we going when this happens? What is happening? All right, there's test 2. We wait 4 seconds. Where's test 1? Where's test 1? Ah! What's happening here? Any day now. Any day now. What's going on here? Is there something going on in the animation player? It's playing a sound, that's all. All right, let's take that out. Just on the off chance that somehow, that would be really, really weird. It's doing this thing. Okay, this has to be something like this base menu. Okay, base menu. You select an object, something's getting deleted. That's it, that's it. The menu's getting deleted. The menu is getting deleted. That's what's happening. I got it, I got it. So this is fine here. We can go back to having this here. Get rid of this. Base menu, because we remove everything, when you select, when you make a selection, we delete the menu, because why do you need the menu anymore? You're done with it, right? But no, it's not so simple. Not so simple, is it now? So we have this delete after select. Yep. Where we delete the menu, which means that anything that would happen beneath the menu, such as code in the menu, is gone. Option number 1. Let's add logic here. Let's let the menu be one thing, and this be a completely different thing. Animation player needs to be here. So game over menu is not going to handle its own options anymore. Instead, we're gonna do this right here. Menu.selection made. We're gonna connect to on option select. This is just gonna handle the menu stuff, and this is gonna handle different stuff. This can also be moved out of the menu. There's no reason for the player animation to be handled here. So that's out. Okay, so now this code is its own thing. Never have to look at it again. This is where all the magic happens. This is dead to me. Return to main menu is now here. And now it works. Yeah! And then you can choose to exit the game. Okay, we got there. Whoa. Okay, so that's one working option, and arguably the easiest. Save won't be too hard. Like return to last save point. Okay, base actor. I think has a little hop. Tiny hop. There it is, tiny hop. I'm glad I made tiny hop. So what is tiny hop gonna be? Oh, we'll see. All right, so can we take out reset anime? It's fine. If it's not 2, then we're gonna do a tiny hop. Smaller than a regular hop, but still it's good hop. Good hop regardless. Player.reset something base actor. Our reset animation back to idle. Set it back to idle. And then do a tiny hop. And that's it. Do nothing else for now. Just give me a tiny hop. Great. You look great. All right, I guess we need to forcibly set you into the jump state. He did it. He did a tiny hop. I saw what happened there. We actually need reset animation 2. Let's go with idle and then tiny hop and see if that works. Purple bed, purple bed. And then he's ready to go. He's ready. Cool. That's super easy for the tiny hop. Then we'll do an await. Give him just a little bit of time to get his bearings. Not much. And then he'll walk off. How are we going to do that? Target locations. Vector 3, 10, 0, 0. That's going to make him walk off. And we'll wait 0.7 more seconds. And then, depending on what you chose, do one thing or the other. But both of those work with this. So if we said, for instance, reload from last save. Oh, I can't do that. I can't test reload from last save point, can I? Well, no, I can. I can. Save file, load into game. Save handler dot load game for slot. Save handler. Where is this? This is on the title. All right, let's pull up our title scene. So it has a save handler, huh? No, it does not. File menu area has a files container. File menu, here we go. File menu has a save hand. No, it does not. Who has a save handler? There's a save handler. Great. What's the save handler do, huh? Handles the saves. So I have to call that load game for slot. And that's it, right? So just have a save handler attached somewhere to our game over scene. Menu can reference it. This is the wrong thing. Game over scene can reference it. So if you say, go back to the thing, then we say, all right, we're gonna load game for slot. And I guess I need to do this, maybe? I need to figure out what the file index is. File index, I think, is handled on the game manager script. Current save slot. Yep. Game manager.current save slot. I don't know why we have this, but that's fine. None of these are the right category. All right, so we should be able to load into current save slot 0. Which is going to be our default save slot. Even though we're not actually starting in save slot 0, it's going to do its best. And it's going to fail. Why? This playtime does not exist on raw save object. Ah, I know why. I know exactly why. Because that save file probably predates us keeping track of the save time. Yeah, so even if I load a completely fresh one. So I may have to find the save location. Where is that? Where is the save location? app data, most likely. App data local Godot. Nope, nope, nope. App data roaming Godot. There we go. App user data. Yes, yes. Dabble Tails. All right. So let's just delete our old saves. Oh yeah, it's not gonna know where to take me, is it? All right, let's load into room F, I guess. No, we need to go further back. Let's load into room D, because that one has a save point. I hate when I'm working on one thing and I end up having to fix another thing that I didn't even realize was broken. Okay, so we're gonna save. It's gonna assume we are in save file 0, because of course we are. Now we have a save file. So now if we go to game over scene, hopefully it will load save file 0. Oh! Yahoo! Slow motion spin. Good job. All right. Oh my gosh, are we gonna finish this? It's gonna be close. Battle. Ooh, battle. Okay. For the battle business, we have an on-lose function, I think, that we set up. Yeah, on-lose fight. When that happens, we need to... What do we need to do? What do we need to do? Battle has... the encounter details. Does the scene manager have the encounter details? Does the scene manager possess latest encounter details, you say? Ooh, really? You don't say. And these latest encounter details, they're... Oh, yes? You say they're available for me to use? Oh, well... Scene manager.latest encounter details it is. Game over scene. Start battle. Takes encounter details. So that's right here. Scene manager.start battle. Now that stores current scene. So I need to be careful about using scene manager here. Is this enough? If I die in a fight, will this work? Like, this is gonna do... Yeah, this is gonna do the gear curtain and everything. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm at 1 HP. Put me in a fight. Put me in, coach. We're expecting the exact same battle to start. No, not cat. I mean, it's fine. And we're down. Oh, and then we never actually set up getting to the game over scene from a battle, did we? Maybe we should do that. See, I would like to fade out a dev item that kills you instantly. Not a bad idea, honestly. Honestly, kind of useful in a weird way. Go temporarily. We're just gonna do go straight to game over scene. Yeah, why not? Debug, leave fight. Debug, game over. Combat action. What's it gonna do? Well, it's going to for unit in targets, unit.hp.current equals 0. Is that not enough? Oh, debug game over. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna actually just skip dealing damage. It's just going to set your HP to 0. It probably should deal damage so I can test some animation stuff. This wasn't supposed to happen. Ooh, that means... Oh. So that means we need to delete the battle as well. Because that's probably happening on the game over scene also, is that when we are changing to the title scene, I bet that the game over scene still exists, it's just hidden. Well, maybe not. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. Change scene to file. It's under the impression that that's what was going on. Well, let's just deal damage. Let's just deal damage. Q hurt battle actions multi. 2 targets. Piercing, flat damage, you lose, game over. Well, that's not great. I don't feel like it's really doing the same thing that the other call method was doing, if I'm being totally honest. Because when I start game over scene, and I call this method, all right, let's see what's the difference here. What is the difference here? Our remote scene looks like root and then game over scene here. Game over scene is here, game over scene is here, and now it's replaced with title scene. That makes sense. Meanwhile, for battle, maybe the difference is I'm coming into this scene. Okay, so this looks like battle is here. Battle is still here, but it tacked on game over scene. Game over scene just disappeared also, by the way. Where did it go? I don't know. Oh wait, no, it's still there. Oh, it's being repeatedly added, isn't it? Why does it keep getting deleted though? Huh. That's weird. Infinite game over glitch. Nice. Battle, it's supposed to be gone. On lose fight means fight over. I guess, okay, try this. When we lose the fight, this change is active to false. It's Dupu. Dupu's here. He loves the amazing flying hammerbringer. This is still disappearing over and over again. And I don't know what's causing the game over scene to be deleted. Something silly is afoot. Never. Hands are getting cold. Putting on my gloves. Okay. Maybe if I don't do this right away. Because Battle Manager is active, I think will stop battle events from processing. Yeah. Battle events will not process. Turns will not initialize. Will battle actions take place? Will the action queue go through if... Action queue will actually maybe continue. Let's see here. Yes, action queue will keep going. So I could queue up the actions somehow. The problem is this is happening every time. So I need to only do this. Okay. Only do this if the battle is actually active. Then you can do this. Otherwise, don't keep doing it over. Don't keep triggering the game over condition. Okay, so by turning active off, I successfully kept the next turn from starting. But now I still gotta fix that. You guys are not supposed to stand back up when that happens. Very concerning. Okay. These are now, I think, no longer just resetting infinitely. Yeah, I can disable them individually. That's weird. The set dressing is still here. Where does that live? I thought that was somehow in here. Like, I'm fairly confident it is in here under decor. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So, question then. Why is this still here? This is weird. I guess I could do an await. Just slap that bad boy on there if something's not working right. Give it a 2-second timeout and then delete everything. Because maybe things are happening that are somehow holding on to the scene. I really don't know. It's very odd. Nope. We're still here. All right, well, I think we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna need to add an action cue. I love adding a good action cue, let me tell you. So this is binding things. All right, so battle actions dot action cues dot append a new cue. Max says hello.
Hi, Matt.
Hovercat says hello. Well, she said hi, but
Be precise.
the point stands. All right. So we're gonna pull out the old action cue here. First, wait 2 seconds. Next item of business is fade to black. Like, this feels like it needs to be its own separate thing. I need a way to get to this scene. I guess the scene itself can fade in from black. So for now, we need to fade everything out, then cut over to the new scene, and then that new scene will automatically fade in. Okay. So, battle. Battle is battle. I guess we could just have just a big ol' overlay here. Just a nice color rectangle. Just completely cover everything. But secretly. Oh, let's use modulate. All right, so secretly, we have an animation player. Put here. Fade to black. Unless, oh, you know what? Scene Manager can probably do that. Scene Manager could probably do that very nicely. If I just ask it to fade to black. Bet there is somewhere. Animation player. There is a fade animation. Yes. Where it makes the scene do fade to black. Perfect. Okay, we can do that. So wait, and then scene manager dot. How do we do that fade business? Fade, play, fade. Animation player dot play dot bind fade. So before that, we need to set up our transition on the scene manager to say, hey, what do you want to do when that happens? So we're going to set up the transition callback to be a function that just loads this scene. Is that valid? Is this gonna work? Could it work? Is it possible? We'll find out. This may at least get things to fade to black, but I guess they need to fade back in too, huh? Okay, that's not quite right. But we're close. Scene manager. You know what we could do? Maybe? When we start a battle, does it count battle as the current scene? No, it doesn't. The current scene is still up. Battle is its own separate thing. No, wait, hang on, new scene. Add it, and then current scene is now battle. Okay. So current scene is battle. So I can fade to new room, but entry code is different. So I could have a dedicated fade to game over. And that's it. And that's a lot better than just handling it here in the battle manager. Instead, we just say scene manager dot fade to game over dot bind. No parameters. Get rid of this, and then that will just pass through. Then we can say current scene, which is the battle. Wait, no. First we'll say play. And we'll say transition callback. That's, yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously. Of course. Current scene dot queue free. Get rid of the battle scene. And then we can instantiate gonna have the most optimized. New scene is game over scene. And then we can add child, new scene, and that's it. Then we fade in. Is that how that works? How does this work? We have to play our fade backwards. Okay, I think maybe. All right, give me a battle. Tetris style. It's gonna be beautiful. Well, you don't want to put them all in one row or they'll all disappear. We are going Tetris rules. Okay, does this work? We faded to game over a second time. Somehow. How did that happen? I don't quite know. Try that again. Tetris attack rules. Oh, now there's a game. Panel de pawn. All right, let's keep an eye on what happens here. We get fade. Oh yeah, it called it multiple times. Did you see that? Fade game over 25 times. And so transition callback did get called multiple times. All right, well that's what's going on there. Is that fade to game over is getting called. So why? Is on lose fight getting called multiple times? This should only happen if is active, which should not be the case here. Oh, I know why. I see it. I see it. This needs this needs to return true. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Lizards broke? I didn't break the lizards. Oh, delayed. I see. See that? I know it's not my computer because the Twitch native stuff happens all on Twitch's end. I have nothing to do with it. Hey, okay. Can we retry the battle? No. Yeah, we do need to head down pretty soon. Module directory. We have no scene. We have no current scene. So I guess we need to do if. Oh. Uh-oh. We're too many layers deep, I think, is the problem here. This is not a problem for tonight. I'm going to handle this tomorrow. So you know how I told you, like, we put, when you go into a battle, you take the current room and we put it in our pockets. And then when the battle is over, we pull it back out. I think what's happening is when we are switching to the, our pocket is empty when we're trying to come back out to the battle scene. Or we're putting the battle scene in our pocket and that's making our pocket too full, or the analogy kind of falls apart at this point. So I feel pretty good about what we finished tonight. Let's see. Let's raid over to Photon, maybe? Yeah, why not? No pockets. First, you got no toes on your lizards, and you got no pockets on your robots. What are you even doing? What are you even doing? All right, so we have almost knocked out the game over system, which I thought that was just going to be oh yeah, we just need to make sure the player can go into a dead animation. It's like, oh wait, and then something has to happen after that. And that means we're going to have to start dealing, we got to dip back into the save code and the title screen code. A million little things to deal with. But then we'll finally have this one off the list. And we'll work our way through these last few major ones, including do the entire final dungeon. It's great. We'll have more progress to do on Wednesday. If I can get a lot of work on Wednesday, maybe we'll have a little video game stream. That's true. This is gonna be something that we don't have to rebuild. It lasts us forever. Someday we'll just get to build levels, which is its own thing, but it'll be good. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next time.